Howdy folks, what I have here is a 1995 Honda Acty. A cool little paint job we got there. So give you a little backstory on this real quick, try to be short. I used to have a Mitsubishi U42T and I traded it for this one because that one didn't have a title and this one had a title, so did a little horse trading and got us one. Guy was telling me that when you'd be driving down the road with it, come up to a stoplight and the truck would just shut off, just like you cut the key off on it. And he said he got in touch with a couple of people and said that the carburetor needed to be cleaned. And it ran so good, I just couldn't see it being a carburetor. I replaced the fuel filter on it. That was fairly easy. But I did some Googling and found out that there's a thing called an igniter that goes on the side of the distributor. Got my little hood off here, I'm gonna show you. The igniter, I don't know if you can see it with the dark right there, but it's a little plate right there on the side of the distributor. Not too hard to get to, but that seemed to be a culprit for some folks. And here's the one I just replaced. Online, this thing was showing on the little mini truck sites buy parts for these trucks was $175 to about $300. Did some research and found that I could get one for a 1985 Honda Prelude, and you could get it for a whopping $65. I just put that on here and went for a test drive. Been running for about an hour now. No more issues. So I'm just gonna show y'all that you can do a little research, and it's good to have Google. But like I said, these two bolts on each side over here. It was easy to get to under the truck. Take them two bolts out. You're gonna have to take the cap off. You pull the vacuum lines that's off of it, and then you can get real quick access to them two screws right there. Let me see if I can get a light. Hold on. Alright, got a light now. Maybe you can see this a little better, but there's that cover I was talking about. See if I can get my light out of the way of y'all's view. But yeah, you take this cap off. It's got a screw here. It's got two on the bottom. And then under here you got one bolt here on the side and one right on the bottom. You can get them from underneath, about under here, underneath the fender. But yeah, you take that little cover off, take your cap off, take your vacuum lines that you got in there off, take that one coil wire off, take the cap off first, and it's pretty easy to get out of there. And there's two plugs right up there on the coil. I don't know if you can see them or not, but that's one right there beside the coil wire. Let's plug that, and it's another one on there right beside it. When you take that coil distributor off, excuse me, you take them two screws right there out, and you pull this little plate here off. This little plate here just took a little screwdriver and pried it off, and had a little grease, and it's a little rubber piece that goes around here to keep oil and water and dirt and mess to getting out of there. And you put that back on there, and it's got a slot in there. As long as when you take that cap off, see which way the rotor button is turned, it ain't but two ways it can go. If you put it on backwards, you'll know it because it won't start. And what I did was, you can see I got a greasy little engine here. I just took the bolt and put it back in the same grease spot that was clean, and put the washer right back in the same spot, made grease all around it, and made it a little easier to get it back. And I'm gonna show y'all here after all my little bit of work in the heat, because it's about 18 degrees today. You hit the key now. She fires right up. Can't beat a Honda, man. Can't beat a Honda. They run so good. Alright, I just figured I'd make that in case anybody else is having a problem with their little Acty. Sometimes it's nice to know that you can save a little bit of money with a little bit of work. It won't hard. Any simple tools can get the job done. I think I used it was a Phillips screwdriver, and I believe it was a 12mm socket. They got that and some needle nose pliers to get them vacuum lines off. You can see that's one right there, and there's one underneath. So that's one right there beside the coil wire, yeah. So yeah, like I said, it's pretty easy. Hope it helps you. And these little trucks are fun. I have enjoyed it. My kids love it. And the guy told me it's a custom paint job, makes it go 10 times faster. We're gonna find out. Thanks for watching. Happy trucking.